So it appears that Liz Cheney, the daughter of Dick Cheney, fist bumped Joe Biden after the speech that he gave, and this ended up causing some controversy. Obviously, Republicans aren't going to be too fond of her fist bumping Joe Biden, and there's currently a big beef going on in Republican leadership because essentially the determination is there's some serious tensions going on, and she's one of the top Republicans. She's maybe like third in line or in power in the House. And so it's between her and Kevin McCarthy and Matt Gaetz and these people. And it's this rift between pro-Trump Republicans and anti-Trump Republicans. Mainly the anti-Trump one is mostly Liz Cheney. But there's, I think, a good amount who would like to come out against Trump, but they can't because their constituencies have enough Trump supporters to either, that's their entire base, or it's enough to swing the election against them. So they basically have to support Donald Trump. So this says Cheney on fist bump with Biden. We're not sworn enemies. We're Americans. Now this is really important to cover because I see what this is unfolding as. Liz Cheney is now posturing herself as basically the Republican who's going to be the savior of the Republican Party, is going to remove the Republican Party from the Trumpers, and she's going to run for president in 2024 on that platform. She sent out a tweet that said, "I disagree strongly with Joe Biden's policies, but when the president reaches out to greet me in the chamber of the U.S. House of Representatives, I will always respond in a civil, respectful, and dignified way. We're different political parties. We're not sworn enemies. We're Americans." So clearly what you can see by this is that she's trying to posture herself into the position of, I'm going to unify Americans in general. I'm going to bring the Republican Party back from the Trumper ideology and turn it back into what it was before, which was, a lot of horrible tax cuts and illegal wars overseas and, that kind of stuff. So she's going to run in 2024. I firmly believe it. She already has said she's not ruling out running for president. And to me, it seems pretty clear this is what she's going to do. And there's a really big rift going on. And so, we're not exactly sure what's going to end up happening. Donald Trump Jr. sent out a tweet saying, quote-unquote, Republican warmonger Liz Cheney gives Sleepy Joe a fist bump after he delivered a radical socialist vision for the future of America. So glad she's in the GOP leadership. I guess they wanted to be more inclusive and put Democrats in there, too. So obviously, Dick Cheney did a lot of horrible things, her father, and she's also very pro-war, and that's the big danger with, regular Republicans are absolutely horrible, and most of them are racist, too. They're either more subtle with it in public, or they're just on the DL, they're just full-on racist, and then they're supporting foreign invasions, or they're just straight up leading the foreign invasions that are entirely illegal and unjustified and irrational. They're doing crazy tax cuts and subsidies for big oil companies, not aiding the fight in climate change, usually going in the other direction. So I'm not exactly sure what this is going to end up to be, but this is a huge deal because what you're watching here is you're watching a beef going on in the future of the Republican Party that's going to eventually be chosen and molded. And I do firmly believe that Liz Cheney is running in 2024. So buckle up, folks. You're going to have the regular shitty Republicans versus the, super overtly racist shitty Republicans.